Hey, thank you for coming over to my channel, and today we're going to go from GitHub from zero, and where this is a multi-part series learning how to create a GitHub so we can get hired on in 2026. In this video, we're going to make a repo, 3 issues, and a merge, and of course a readme. Now, if you haven't used a computer in a while, that's okay. I'll go over slow and explain every click. Well, at least I'll try. Now, I did want to go over a few key terms. The first one is a repo, and a repo is just a folder online. A commit is a save change. Think about it like pressing the save button, but with a message. A branch is a safe copy to make changes. And lastly, a pull request is how you bring these changes back. So one of the first things that we're going to do is we're actually going to create a repo. Now, a repo, you can do it from the side where you click that button, or we're going to do it from the main page where we click repositories. It doesn't matter how you do it, it gets you to the same place. All right, so what you're going to do is click the icon on the top right and choose new repository. And the repository name could be my first GitHub repo. Description, my first GitHub repo for learning. There are some other configurations here. You can choose public. You can change that later. You can click add a README file. We're not going to do that. We're going to do that a different way. And then you can just click create repository. And remember, this is just a fancy folder online for our projects. See, easy peasy, we're getting through great. All right, so here, this is gonna look a little bit overwhelming, but don't think too much into it. I know that can be hard. So from here, this is where we're actually going to be creating our README. So in the bluish navy area, we're going to go to the section where it says README. Now, the README section is the front page of your repo. It explains what this is and how to use it. So even if you're not a coder or any of that good jazz, a good README makes you look organized and professional. So on the very top, we have the code button, and the code is where the files live. Pretty much, if you are a coder, you'll be able to see the code that goes on or the code that you work on. Next we have issues. You could think of issues like task cards or to-dos. Now, pull request is the next one, and that's how we process changes safely. Now you can see in the edit area, this is where GitHub has a default or maybe already built-in type of description or code that you can put in there. I actually put in my template in there so y'all can see how it looks and how you're able to modify it and go through it. And so we have my first GitHub repo, what you'll find here, and a roadmap of pretty much everything that we're going to be doing within this video. So now what we're going to do is commit changes. So pretty much we're going to start saving the work that we've done. Going to add a nice little description. If you want, sometimes you can just leave it blank, I believe. Then we're going to click the commit changes button, and bada bing, bada boom, this is what we have. And this is actually how it's going to look. Some people get more fancier, and the more fancier repos or the more fancier readmes is going to be coming in at a later video. So follow along and click the follow button if you want to learn how. Because if you watch the video to this point, you're gonna want to follow. So next we're going to do our issues. Now click on the issues tab, click new issue, and we're going to create 3 issues. The first one is add a screenshot, add a basic project structure, and add GitHub action badge. And so for this first one, you can see that I'm going to click on create, and then I'm going to go do the same thing for the other ones where I'm going to click on new issue, add a title, and then click create at the bottom. I'm doing this for the 3 where we're creating a new issue in this format. For the next set of issues that we're going to create, like let's say that you have issues that you already know what they are and you don't want to do it one by one, or you're going to do it one by one, but you're going to see what I mean here. So for this other one, we are going to create a new issue, and then we're going to put in, I don't know, whatever you want to put in. And next, what you're going to do is you're going to scroll to the bottom, and there's going to be a little square. Yep, create more. And then this is how you can create multiple in a different way or in a different format and see how we're doing. Another one, we're going to add a different title to this, and it's pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. We're having that checkbox in there. And I think this is the last one that I'm going to do. Oh shoot, forgot to add a title to it. And there we go. And then it's going to take us to our page. And then here we're going to see that this is our sixth one. And then when we go back to the issues area, we can see that all our issues are going to be there. And so here's just a nice overview of our issues, and then we can click on it and then go through them one by one and then see what we need to work on in what order, if we want to follow the order. All right, so we're going to move on to the next section of this. And so we're going to actually sort of look at the workflow where we're doing from branch, pull requests to merge. So what you're going to do is go back to the code tab and find the branch drop down, and it probably says main. What you're going to do is click on it and type update readme. Now, next, what you're going to do is create branch. And remember, a branch is a safe code of our project, and we make changes on the branch so the main version stays stable. And so next, what we're going to do is we're going to open the readme. Now, you can ignore the other readme that we made. That was just me testing and doing some other things. But just click on the one that you originally made. So you're going to open that up and then click on the edit pencil. Okay, and under roadmap, add a new bullet that says simple license file. And what you're going to do is you're going to commit changes. And so we're making a small change on purpose so you can see the full workflow. Notice that we're still not coding. We're just practicing the process. And so what we're going to do next is we're going to commit changes. And if you want, in the description, you could just put update roadmap. I didn't do that. Now, if you look to the side, you're going to see under files, it's going to say update readme. And it's what we clicked and typed initially in our first step. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to do a pull request. Click on pull request and then go to the pull request or compare in pull request. It's the green button on the side. What we're doing here is we pretty much are merging the update readme and the main. And so here we saw click merge, pull request, confirm merge, and then optionally we can delete it. We can click delete branch if we want, and you'll see that coming up. But merging means our change is now part of the main version, which is what we want. And deleting the branch is just cleanup. And it keeps the main history and all that jazz. So, like I said, it's optional if we want to delete it. I'm gonna do it here. Now, we've actually come to the end of this crazy video where we're like, I don't know what I just did, but I did something. So let me recap what we did here. So the first one is we made a repo with the name MyFirstGitHubRepo. We made a README file, and we made three issues with one way and then 3 issues the other way. And then we created a branch and we did a pull request merge. Now, if you did this with me, you now have somewhat of an understanding of what the GitHub workflow is. In the next video, I'll show you how to undo mistakes safely, like when you delete the wrong file or make a bad commit. Thank you very much for following along with all this as I go through also my learning curve of explaining how to use GitHub. And thank you very much. I hope to see you guys again.